In this class, we will be talking about regular and diffused reflection. Now, you all know what is reflection. Let us also move on to understand what is regular reflection and what is diffused reflection. If your surface is smooth, and suppose if the light is coming in this direction, like what I have shown in this diagram. Yes, all these light rays will be reflected in some other direction, but all these reflected light rays will be parallel to each other. Look what happens in the irregular reflection or diffused reflection. These are the incident light rays coming. They're all parallel. When all these parallel incident rays are incident on this irregular surface, what happens is one light ray goes like this, but the other light ray reflects like this. The third light ray reflects like this, and the fourth one is reflected like this. So all these reflected light rays are going, they are not parallel to each other, but they are going in various different direction. Why are they going in different direction? Because the surface is irregular. It is uneven. All these light rays is coming from one single source. So all these light rays will be parallel. Isn't it? If all the light rays which are coming from sun will be falling parallel only because sun is very far from us. That's why all the incident light rays are parallel, but not all the reflected rays will go parallel. Now next and very important point. So this the second point we covered. The reflected light rays are parallel to each other. In the irregular reflection, the reflected light rays are not parallel to each other. That is the first. Now suppose here in regular reflection, see all the light rays are parallel. So you will be able to see the image of a tree. Will be very, very clear to you. Okay, but here what will happen? Because the surface is irregular, but the reflected rays are not parallel. So here the image formed will be distorted. Okay. So in the regular reflection, the image is clear. However, in the diffused reflection, the image is distorted. It is not clear. I'll give you an example here. Just by the side of the lake, there are trees. How do you see the reflection of the tree in the water? If the water is very calm and quiet, what is the reflection? You're able to clearly see the reflection of the tree in the water, isn't it? But if you throw some stones, then the water gets disturbed, the surface of the water becomes uneven, and you're not able to see the image of the trees clearly. So if you want to see that image, a clear image of all the trees, you have to wait for the water to get settled down, isn't it? So that is an example of a regular and a diffused reflection. Regular reflection will only take place on a smooth surface, and the diffused reflection will only take place on a rough surface. That is the last point that I have written. We discussed about the laws of reflection of light, isn't it? We said laws of reflection of light. Light will always satisfy, light will always follow those laws. So what are those two rules? I is equal to R, and all the three rays will always fall at the same point of contact, isn't it? So now let's see what happens in the case of a irregular reflection. Just take the first pair, which is the first incident ray. This is the corresponding reflected, this one, the one which is going out, this one. So let's draw a normal. My incident ray, this one, and reflected ray, they are all lying at the same point of contact. This is a point. This is a point where they are all coming together. So the second law is satisfied. Again, this angle is angle of incidence. This is the angle of reflection. That is the first set of rays. I is equal to R. So again, both the laws are satisfied. So what is happening in uneven surface? Every point the plane is changing. Here in the regular reflection, the plane was one common plane. But here at every point the plane is changing. This is a perpendicular. The red line is a perpendicular, is a normal. Okay. Now I am going to show you what is the normal for this. For this, the normal is going to be something like, see, I am just drawing all the different normals. Now I am going to take the fourth pair. This is the fourth incident ray. This one. The one that is coming like this. It is incident here. and then it is going like this. Okay, so this is my normal here. The angle is very, very, very small. So that is the angle of incidence. Now, this is the angle of reflection. Is this clear now? So see, what is the second law? The incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray, they all lie on the same point. Are they all coming and meeting together at this point? So that means the second law is satisfied. Even in the diffuse reflection also, laws of reflection are satisfied. Suppose if you have two lines, if two lines are not in contact, what is the angle between them? Okay, 30-degree angle in between them. Now, suppose if I want to draw 45-degree angle, something like this. Suppose if I want to draw 90-degree angle, something like this, 90, 120. So, both the two mirrors, these two mirrors should be in contact with each other to form some angle. Okay? To form some angle. But suppose I place the mirror like this, parallel to each other. What is the angle between them? Angle is 0. Suppose these are the two mirrors. So let's say I keep the two mirrors like this. Like this. Let's say this angle between the two mirrors is 30 degree. See, this is the first mirror. This is the first mirror. This is the second mirror. The angle between them is 30 degree. So what is the angle? 30. Now substitute in this. 360 divided by 30. 12. 12 minus 1. 11. So if the two mirrors are at 30-degree angle, if someone stands in between, he will be able to see 11 images. 11. Let's say I make it as 45. Let's say this, something like this. Okay, 45-degree angle. Yeah, 360 divided by 45 will be how much? 8. 8 minus 1 will be 7. So which means, 7. Which means if you place two mirrors like this at an angle of 45 degree and stand in between, you will be able to see 7 images. If the two mirrors are like this, what is the angle between them? From here, 180. So if you stand here somewhere in front of it, how many images will you see? Only one. So that means if you have two mirrors which form an angle of 180 degree, you will be able to see only one image. That's why if you have two mirrors which are parallel to each other, something like this, parallel to each other, then you will be able to see infinite images. Now look at this. What is the angle between the two mirrors? One mirror is like this, another mirror is like this. 90. So now substitute the angle in that formula. 360 degree divided by 90. What is it? 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So look what he has done. Yeah, he has kept a coin here. And how many images he is seeing? 1, 2 and 3. Okay, bye. Bye, thank you. Same to you. Bye.